Today I'm going to put the doors on this corner cupboard. They're made up of two doors, a small door at the bottom that matches the height of the floor units, and then a taller door that goes at the top. So I've got the small door down there and the big door here. First job to do is put some hinges in. Because the doors on the cabinet don't reach all the way to the floor and the rest of the cupboards have plinths around the bottom, I've got to fit a plinth on the bottom of the door so that there's not a gap underneath the door. To do that, I have to fit this piece on to there on the bottom of the door and then screw the plinth on the bottom of that so the whole thing becomes the door. And to do that I need to fix this piece on the bottom of the door with two of these, and that involves drilling a hole on each end here to fit that, so we'll get on with that. I have already measured where the holes have got to be. Being careful, of course, not to go all the way through. Lock that in place with two of the ends. Careful not to over tighten these. And I need to put the two going down. There we go, that's the plinth on the bottom of the door. Let's see how it fits. Okay, so that's the doors on this centre cupboard in the corner. It's a bit fiddly. I've had to fill in the gap at the top with a piece of, well, it's plinth, but it's just the right height to fit in there. That's all doubled up there to ready for putting the pelmet on. I've also fitted the plinth underneath the dishwasher. The only thing to go there now is a filler between each side of the dishwasher. The plinth under there is fitted on with magnets so that I can pull it off and pull the dishwasher out if I ever need to. But until I get the ceiling painted, I'm not going to put the pelmets on the cupboards because I have to lean over the top. I don't want to break them off. But that's it for the kitchen for now. Hopefully the ceiling rows will be delivered later this week, and then I can get some paint on the ceiling and we'll really be finishing off the kitchen then. So I've had a delivery of the ceiling rows for the kitchen. As you can see, this one is a bit plainer than the ones I put up previously, but then that's to match in with the coving, which is also plainer. I've got a bit here, it didn't really show it very well up against the ceiling. The camera doesn't pick it up very well, but it's much plainer, and hence I've gone for much plainer ceiling rows. So first thing to do is to take the light down from the ceiling. With the ceiling rows in position, it's time to hook the light back on. Now it's just a case of connecting up the wires, pushing the cover over the connection, and there we have the light with the new ceiling rows above it. Oh, and of course I need to turn the electric back on. I'm in the kitchen and I want to get some paint on the walls, but before I do that I need to finish off the reveals around the window and door where I've added on the installation. I've got to put a bit more filler over here and smooth it off. I thought this would be a good time to put some window-sill in as well. Right, I'm going to be using this piece of cheap timber that I got from a bricko. It's about 33mm thick, so that's going to go in there. I need to plane it smooth, get rid of this yellow treatment they put on the wood, and put a nice bull nose on the front edge so that it ends up looking a little bit like this. we go, that's not too bad. Like I said, the next job is to put a ball nose on this edge. I'm going to use this edge. This edge has got a knot in it, so it's going to be nasty to try and shape. And also this is too thick anyway, so I'm going to be able to cut this back and lose that knot. So this edge is the nicer edge to machine. I'll be using a round over bit, but I need one that is half the depth of the thickness. Now this piece of wood is now, going on imperial measurements now, 1 1/8 inch thick, and I have a selection of round over bits here. These are all cheap Chinese ones, but they do the job. And this one here is, it says it's 1 1/8 inch, which is the thickness of the wood, so that's the one I'm going to be using. So I need to put that into my router. Right, here we go, this will get noisy. Turn the wood over. Not quite, I need to go a little bit deeper with the blade. There's still a flat piece right in the middle there, as you can see. Even though it's a Chinese cut, it is nice and sharp, so it is doing a nice clean job. Just a bit of sandpaper now, and that will be done. Right, there we go. I've given it a little sand, a piece of sandpaper. You can see it's done quite a nice profile down there. Just to decide which side up to use it. That's a bit rougher, that side. I think that'll be the bottom. We'll use that as the top. Okay, all ready to fit the windowsill. I've put a notch out here to go around the bottom of the window stay. I've got some wedges on here to make it level, because it slopes a little bit, and I don't like sloped windowsills. Yeah, and the wood's got some pre-drilled holes now, so just make sure that's level. Yep, and we can put some screws in. And there we have it. I've just got a bit of filling to do underneath this front edge and again up the sides, but that is it. And as you can see, it goes nicely around the bottom of the window catch here. A couple more screws to put in, and then that's the windowsill done in the kitchen. Another thing I've got to complete in the kitchen is to repair this part of the wall where I pulled off some tiles. Originally they were stuck on right back to the brick, so they've come off and I need to just patch in this piece of plaster. Because the plaster on the wall is so thick, probably about 20mm or so, I've put the first coat on yesterday and let it dry, and I've keyed the surface, and I'm now about to put a second layer on and hopefully bring it up somewhere close to the finished level. Second layer's on. Looks like I'm going to need a third one at least. This is still some way away from being level. What seems like an awful long time has been spent on this kitchen getting the walls ready for paint. As you can see, I've continued the chair rail along using a piece of the chair rail that came off from where the kitchen cupboards are. I've finished priming all the walls. I've finished around the door and window, so they are now ready for paint as well. So today I'm going to get some colour on the wall. There we go, that's 2 coats of the paint done in the kitchen. I've chosen this pinky beige colour. I guess it's almost like bare plaster, but it's gone on fairly well. This has been 2 coats, and now I can carry on and put the pelmet around the top of the cupboards. Oh, and also I've got some wallpaper to go on this piece of wall over here, which Well, that didn't take too long, mainly because you didn't have to soak the paper. It still stretched a little bit when it went on the wall, but overall it's gone on quite well, and I think it's got quite a good 3D look to some of it, certainly from certain angles, and it goes in with the rest of the walls, so yeah, for paper it's not bad.